Sono lieto di poter rievocare in poche parole le esperienze delle prime trasmissioni radiotelegrafiche a grandi distanze da me felicemente eseguite attraverso l'Oceano Atlantico il 12 dicembre 1901.
Holy snapping bra straps. It's a
Republic of Avalon Radio. It's 0 hours Avalon Standard Time. Republic of Avalon Radio.
The best radio in the whole wide world.
You're with the roar.
Republic of Avalon Radio. You are with the roar. Believe it or not, folks, you are with the roar. The roar roars on. I don't know how, but it does. It just seems to. And Lillian's here chopping. What are you chopping?
I'm chopping potatoes for German fried potatoes for supper.
German fried potatoes and coleslaw and sausages and what else?
Sausages, pork chops.
Oh, it's just all sorts of sort of Fleisch and Kartoffeln and all these things. Anyway, I just, I've been sort of itching. It's been a while. I've been threatening to put up a show, and one thing comes up, then something else comes up, and we don't get a show up. So I just thought I'd fire up the new R9 here for all you old Roar listeners. This is the new R9. We have a new R9. I don't even think any of you know that. Certainly, how would you? We actually recorded a bit. We've recorded segments. We haven't forgotten about all you guys and gals. We've just not put a show up. I've just not put a show together, and henceforth you haven't gotten a show. But there's all kinds of segments that we recorded, and then I go back and listen to them, and they're out of date. And I say, gee whiz, I can't put that up there. Here's this thing that we, us walking down the street last June, talking about whatever was going on last June, and it's not really pertinent to what's going on now. Listen to that fridge making such a racket. Good Lord. So we got all these segments. Maybe what I'll do is I'll chop them up, and at some point in the future I'll put them out as like little retro segments. The pieces from the Roar episodes that never were. The kind of black hole episodes. Black hole segments that got sucked into a vortex or something. And oh look, we have sizzlings on the stove. Hold on. Oh, there we are. Yeah, but the main thing right now, not to bore anybody to tears, I guess I just want to say hello to everybody. And there's going to be some new people listening right now. That's always the case, which is always nice. Might say hello to my buddy Greg if you're listening. In Michigan, I think. I think you're in Michigan, I believe. In any case, hello to all the new people, and welcome back to all the old people. I don't mean old. I mean, you folks who've been around. You Roar veterans, those people. And Bob as well. Trucker Bob got in touch with me. He's originally a Pennsylvania boy, driving a truck all around America, and very much into radio and all kinds of things. And he found the show, I think at iTunes, by just doing a search for Newfoundland or something like that. And he was quite astounded at all the similar interests that he and I have. So big hello to Bob, and a big thanks to everybody who's emailed us saying, where the heck are you guys, and all that jazz. And really appreciate that, the fact that you guys were thinking about us. Now, I must say, there weren't very many of you. It seems we have faded off the face of the earth quite happily for many of you, but there are a few of you who really do seem to care. So thank you very much. And for all you other ones, I also realize that any percentage of people who care about anything, or sorry, any group of people who care about something, very few of them will actually do something about it. I don't know what the statistics are, but it's pretty low. Like 15% or 8% or something minuscule. So it's okay. You're normal. You fit within the normal expected statistics, so you're okay. Yeah, and what have we been up to? Boy, we've been up to an awful lot of stuff. We've done a few video productions. We've made the leap over into video, and Lillian's just chewing it up. She's really enjoying it. And so we did one for the Y, we did one for the Department of Justice, and we did one for the volunteer firefighters of Newfoundland and Labrador. That one's just being finished up. The final touches now tomorrow and the next day. Mm-hmm. Is this correct?
This is correct.
Aha, cool. And we're very pleased with it all, and it's a great experience, great learning. Being creative people anyway, you think in terms of ideas and concepts and dealing with visuals and so on for years and years. Lillian and web design, graphic design, and being around me making records all the time and stuff like that. It was not a real great leap into video. And we've had a bit of involvement before with being involved in, what kind of a sentence is that? We've been involved before with theater and film and video and things, but not on this side of the camera kind of thing. So it's very interesting, a great transition, and we're having an awful lot of fun with it. And there will be stuff for you guys to check out very soon. A couple of my songs we're going to be making videos, and just generally a few other things. We're going to shoot some video and throw it up, probably on YouTube, and let you guys know where you can find it. We've got a really good. What's the camera you have? Hold on, wait, I'll go over here so you guys can hear it.
It's a Sony V1U high def.
Aha, it's a V1U Sony high definition video camera, and it's absolutely amazing. The quality of this, it's just unbelievable. So we can do anything we want, short of shooting Ben-Hur or something like that, but music video or documentary type stuff, just creative stuff, any ideas we have. It's a whole other way of expressing ourselves, and we're not going, by the way, have no fear, we're not going to start video casting or whatever the heck that's all about. That's not going to happen. Don't worry. Here I am. We haven't done a show for so long, and I'm telling people not to worry about the show here going away, the audio show. By the way, no more podcast and no more www. We're not going to say triple U, and we're not going to say podcast anymore, because as you've heard me rant about in the past, I'm not fond of the word. I don't think this medium, what I'm doing here right now, and what you're doing, what you're listening to, and that interaction, I don't think that has anything to do with the Apple iPod. So I think we need not mention podcasting any further. In fact, I'd be interested to know how many of you are actually listening on an iPod and how many aren't. I'd say the vast minority of you are. Many of you are probably listening on your computers, and some on CD, and many on other types of players, like a Sansa or an iRiver, or one of those type tingies. What you can put MP3s on. Some of you on your Palm Pilots or your cell phones or whatever. So a podcast? Nah, we ain't doing that no more. No more podcast. Sorry, goodbye podcast. So the last several episodes, I don't know how many, but it used to say at the beginning, "Holy snapping bra straps, it's a podcast." But it hasn't actually said that for probably going on 2 years now. The Holy snapping bra straps is still there. I know so many of you dig that. So I kept it in there for you. But no, it's a podcast. That's gone. You'll never hear that again on the Roar. And when we say that there's a website that we think you might enjoy, or try to give props to somebody and suggest that you go over and check out their work or their music or whatever, we're not going to say, for example, go to http://www.jimfidler.com. We're not going to say that. We're just going to say, go to jimfidler.com, for example, to check out my new album, which is going to be out very soon. Jimfidler.com. In my case, you don't need the three W's anyway. If you type in your browser, whether you're using Firefox or Internet Explorer or whatever you're using, you can just type jimfidler.com up on the top, and in you go. So I think some people have it so that you actually need to type the W's, but that's a little trick with your webmaster or whatever. If you have a domain, if you own fredsmith.com and you actually need to type the W's to get there, well, just go to wherever you have fredsmith.com, whether it's GoDaddy or DirectNIC or whoever. Just go in there, log in, and there's a preference in there somewhere where you can tell it to use both, and that just makes perfect sense. So I would strongly recommend that you do that. And then we can get rid of all these W's that are just wacky and weird and not so wonderful. And we can just say, go to jimfidler.com, for example, and everyone will be happy. So there you have it. Yes, and the other, there's so many things have happened in the last months. It's unbelievable in terms of Lillian and the whole work approach and the office downtown. We've abandoned the office and streamlined things quite a bit, saved a lot of money, and just open up a lot more creative possibilities, and a lot less sort of grinding to get from point A to point B and point B back to point A, and overhead and rent and transportation and soups and sandwiches and cafes downtown every day and all these things. And Lillian's well set up and doing better now, in terms of computer power and overall setup and comfort and peace of mind and everything, far better than ever before. Plus we've bought an automobile, so we are upwardly mobile, as they say. We actually have a car, and but we will still take our little strolls downtown on Friday and Saturday nights and record them for you, for your listening pleasure, hopefully. But yeah, we got the car, so a lot of money that was being spent before on couriers and taxis and things like that is saved. And it's a very economical car as well, in terms of gas mileage and all that stuff. She's a little sweetie. She's a She's an accent. And I was telling people, everybody, I was asking everybody just after we got it, if they noticed that we spoke differently. They didn't know what I meant, and I said, well, now we both have an accent. So, there you have that. Badum-ching. Yes, I'm just getting over a little bit of a cold. I wouldn't even say it's a cold. It was more of a cool. It wasn't quite cold. It wasn't bad. It's irritating more than anything. Just a little congestion, as I call it, and a bit of sniffliness and a bit of sore throat. Not bad though. And Lillian as well. Both of us have just been sort of on the edge of some kind of cold. That perhaps if we weren't in, if we were in poorer health or something like that, stressed out and everything, I'd say that this cold probably for us would have been a lot worse. But because we're actually, pretty much rocking along pretty nicely, I think it only manifested itself in the form of a minor irritant. So you'll have to excuse me clearing my throat and perhaps barking from time to time, like a seal. But that's a whole topic for another day, for another issuance of the roar. So we have the car, the big office change. We have the video production thing going, and it's absolutely wonderful. I think when people see the first couple of examples of what Lillian does and what I do with her, I think it's going to be really great for some other artists to get some really good video work done, because not everybody who's working in video is entirely heart and soul into the whole idea of music video production. You know what I mean? They just some people more than others, obviously, and I'm just saying Lillian, in terms of what she does, for how long she's been involved with the music industry and all the CD jackets and layout and design and everything that she's done, and websites for musicians, and and putting up with me all the time here, hearing the same songs 28 trillion times before. By the time I get a CD out, we're sick of the music, and we never listen to it ourselves. It's true. Very rarely do we actually listen to any of my own music once the CD is done and it's manufactured and it's available to the public. Very seldom do we listen to it. So, but yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, if you're listening to this now and you are a recording artist and you want to produce a video, you want to have a video produced, I would certainly have a look at what Lillian will be doing for me at some point over the summer, I would say. So at least by the fall. We're both hoping before then. But I think when you see what she's doing and what she's into, I think you'll realize that you're going to have a great place to go, and not just get some sort of cha-ching sort of thing. So that's my big ad for Lillian. LillianFidler.com. Race over there now. LillianFidler.com. LillianFidler.com. She's updating her website. My website's going to be brand new very soon. Brand new website going to be going up. JimFidler.com. And I don't know what other things we might be doing. But her site will be updated. The JimFidler.com will be updated. There might be another one added, just for a slightly different sort of demographic, because this album that I've been working on, that's almost done, is really pretty much a reggae album, and it's just a different sort of space, a different headspace. So if I were sending somebody, for example, who's interested in that to a website, I think it's a possible idea to have a website specifically kind of leaning more toward that type thing, and have links back through to the other JimFidler.com with the other stuff. So if you're interested in the Downtown Girl and the Rhythm of the Goat and all that, you would go to one place. And if you're interested in the Reality Time and the Cherokee Chant and the New World Revolution, you would go to another website. But either one, you could get back to the other one. Just might be an idea. We're thinking about possibly doing that. And the thing about my new website or websites is going to be my ability to update the content. That's been the biggest problem with, say, my website now. I've not been able to go there and just keep things up to date for people and let people know what I'm up to and so on. If there's anybody out there who cares anyway, I don't have a way of doing that. So very soon, I will actually be able to update the information. Say, for example, on my, what's up with Jim? The news section, the what's happening these days, what's Jim up to, and maybe that might be in the form of a blog that I don't necessarily have to, write in every single day at 9 o'clock every morning, but I mean every couple of weeks or every 3 months or whatever. If anyone's subscribed to the blog, they don't even have to worry about it. It's an RSS feed. They have a news reader, and if I don't put anything in there for 3 months, and then I do, oh look, Jim Fidler's doing something, it'll just come up in their news reader and their aggregator, and then there's no pressure, and I can actually share some information with people. I'm just thinking, I don't know, whatever. Not some of it's sort of like what I'm up to in the studio, what I'm working on. Some of it might tie into Republic of Avalon Radio and what's going on there. Some of it might be just my views on certain things to do with recording or music or arrangement or God knows what. But whatever a kind of a multifaceted feller like myself might blog about, I guess that would be the stuff. Not so much just an announcement on the front of a web page on a website. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to getting that happening. That's going to be a very good thing. And the album, yes, folks, the album is almost finished. It's just kind of a countdown right now. I'm just sort of laying down the last few little bits and tooling around a bit with the final mixes and the kind of mastering side of it. And in fact, tomorrow I'm just going to be getting in touch with two friends of mine who I think I would include in the Golden Ears Club, and certainly people whose audio engineering expertise as AE people, as audio engineers, I absolutely have great respect and faith in their abilities. So I think I'm going to get in touch with. I won't name these people yet at this point. I think I'm going to get in touch with these two people tomorrow and see if somewhere in their spare time over the next week or so, if they could just take some music that I send them and kind of give it the once over, see what it sounds like on their monitors in their studios, and see if they have any tips for me in terms of I might have a bias in my studio, for example. I might have a little bias, maybe the low end something or the high end something. I mean, these two guys might come back to me and say, "Boy, if you run it through a multi-band compressor and just squeeze, from 6 to 8K by 2 dB or something, whatever." Anyway, that's all technical jargon, but yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Make a couple of little calls and see if I can get by with a little help from my friends. Why not? I've done it for other people and just would gladly do it for anybody. So any of you, if you're recording an album and you just want someone to blow your material by because your objectivity is shot, you've heard this stuff so many times that you can't even decide anymore whether it sounds good or whether it sounds horrible. It's the easiest thing to happen. So anybody out there listening, I have a good set of ears, and I have a good set of monitors in my studio and in my room here, in my control room, that I know very well. And of course I would certainly have objectivity because it's not my stuff, it would be your stuff. And it won't cost you anything. Just for me to have a listen and maybe give you a couple of little things that I might spot. Whatever. I think we should all help each other out with stuff like that. And it's been very helpful for me too, while making this record, having people, various friends of ours and so on, listening to the material as I go along, you know, as the stuff grows, as each song grows, develops, and more instruments get added, and the mixes morph and change, and they get closer and closer to being finished. I've had an awful lot of people listening to the stuff and kind of helping me out, not so much always with their comments or suggestions. I'd say at least just the idea of them listening to it, and it gives you a vibe. It's hard to explain, and it's not the same for everybody. Some people, let's say two people that you like equally, they're just, two people that you like, they're friends of yours. On one occasion you have one of them listen to it, and on another occasion you have the other one listen to it, to some of the music, and as soon as they start listening, okay, you start feeling good about this little bit, or you start feeling bad about that little bit, and it's not the same for everybody. So I just find it really useful when friends actually take the time and sit down and absorb the music, and I'm maybe in the next room a lot of times, just sort of pacing around waiting for the song to end, and just based on, I guess, my vibe with that person. It's a funny thing, but like I said, I learn different things about the song each time with different people. So a big thank you if you're listening and you have been part of that process, and you've sat here in the root cellar and listened to the songs on this record. A great big thank you to you for helping me out. So I think that's pretty much all for now. I just wanted to record a bit, and I didn't want to do it in the studio, I just wanted to crank up the R9, the new one. It's the new series. What is it? Is it HR? Is that right? Is it HR or RH? It's HR, isn't it? HR. Yeah, okay. As in puff and stuff. HR puff and stuff, yes. I just figured it would just be easier just to grab the new R9 and just kind of pace around here and have a little chat at you guys, and then I can get something up and break the silence. That's the main thing. I've been so long teetering on the edge of doing so, but hopefully now I won't be listening to this in a year's time saying, oh geez, I didn't get that up either, So yes indeed. So will I play a song?
I think you should.
You think I should?
I think so.
Which one do you think I should play? I know what I want to play.
Okay. Well, what?
I want to play InfoWar.
Play it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They're all good anyway.
Oh yeah, she says that. She's biased.
They are though.
And there's some exciting news for you guys in regards to this album. I'll tell you more about it in the future. I just wanted to get this up and out to you guys right now. And maybe on a last little note, if you could spread the word about the Roar. We've been lazy for a while. We haven't gotten anything out. But there is that factor. That fridge. Can you guys hear that? It sounds like a motorboat. Listen. That's ridiculous. Boy, I'd like to push that off a cliff. It's a funny thing, but I've heard other people saying it as well. People doing these netcasts or internet radio things, or all that's whatever it's called. And it's very true. Feedback is what makes us tick. If we never hear anything from anybody ever, just we're not going to keep doing what we do. We're not going to keep going on. But when we hear from you guys and when we see that there's new people listening and stuff, it really it's really gratifying. It makes us feel really good that we're not just completely wasting our time and all that. Part of it is kind of like an audio journal for ourselves at some point down the road when we're creaking back and forth in our rocking chairs listening to earlier versions of ourselves out running around up and down the streets and at festivals and all that stuff. But there's that whole other element. We could just do that and store it here on CDs. The whole idea of sharing it with you guys, and then the feedback that comes from that. That's absolutely wicked for us. So if you can tell a few friends, tell a couple of your closest friends or whoever, or if you're on a list, if you have an email list somewhere and you have so many people's ears, send them over to the Roar, republicofAvalonradio.com, and let's see if we can get this rolling again and get some enthusiasm going, because it's been something that we really value in our lives, and we've been away from it for a little while now. So we're taking a dive. We're gonna take a dive back in and see what the water's like, and so hopefully the water will be good, and we can get this thing rolling again, because we have things to do, places to go, and people to talk to, and music to share, and all these things. And if we've got the drive, if we feel that this thing is vibing, that all you guys are enjoying what we're up to, then that's that little incentive for us. We're going to go the extra mile then and drag recording equipment with us when we go somewhere and actually pull it out and use it and record things and get that out for you guys. So yes,
You should mention too that
I should mention what?
people can go back and listen to all the
What should I mention?
all the other shows.
People can go back and listen to all the other shows. That's right. You go to the website, all the episodes are there. If you subscribe to it in any podcatcher, Clango player. If you guys don't know about that, that's kind of interesting. But iTunes or Juice has become completely antiquated. That was a podcatcher that I actually still do use it somewhat. But for example, I don't know that it works on Vista. I don't think so. Yeah, you can. All the episodes are up there. All the past episodes are there. And, it just might be interesting, even if you've heard them all, go back to episode 1 and start over. Because a lot of these ones, maybe not every single one of them, but a lot of them are really like albums in a way. And you can listen to them twice, 3 times, 4 times, well, especially if you haven't heard it for a long time. But they do hold up. I find they do hold up. There's music there. There's all kinds of things. And it might sort of bring back a few memories for you of, during, say, 2005, 2006, 2007, what you were up to at the time. And you'll be listening to episode 12 or something of The Roar and realizing, gee whiz, first time I heard that I was on an airplane, going to Australia or something like that. So there you have it. Good point, Lillian. Thank you for the suggestion. Go back and listen to the earlier versions of The Roar. Spread the word. Show us your love with the PayPal button on the website. I have no problem saying that, because that's certainly all. Everything helps. It definitely all helps. So, alrighty then. Let's clue up with a song from my new, almost completed album. This thing, there'll be more information coming for you guys in regards to this album, this CD, this whatever you want to call it. And I think it's kind of interesting and kind of funky. I think you guys are going to like it. Any of you who would proudly wear the Roar logo on your whatever on your shoulder or whatever, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. If you got the love, you got the love, and you know what I'm talking about. All these people and places and things over these past 65 episodes. If that somehow has kind of grabbed you, pulled you in a little bit, and you feel like you're a part of it, then the information, the news that I have about the album and all that stuff, you will find really interesting, and you'll feel a part of that too. And that's about as much as I can say about that. I can't really go any further than that, or I'd be letting cats out of bags all over the place. So let's not do that. All right, well, here we are. We're roaring along. It's 2009, almost May. The Roar is 4 years old. This is the 4th birthday of The Roar. Even though it's kind of been in suspended animation for a year, its birthday still counts. It's still 4 years old, even though from 3 to 4 it was in a body cast. I'm sure many of you have had, or some of you anyway, have had chunks of your lives due to various things kind of missing. So some of it might have been a bad marriage, might have been a bike accident when you were 12 and you had to spend the whole summer in a cast, and I hear all kinds of stories like that, or I have heard stories like that. But The Roar, I guess, is coming out of its body cast now, and it's good to be back. So with no further ado, let me drop the needle and let you hear a track from my new record featuring the backing vocals of Andy Vine. Song I wrote and didn't even know I was going to put it on this record. It was sort of a half intention, and when I pretty much had the songs done, I figured, what the heck, I'll have a stab at it, because it just kept going in my head. There was a little catch in it, and I kind of felt bad that I couldn't, nobody could hear it. It was just in my head. I couldn't even say Lillian. You know that song, the Info War, da 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 da, and she had nothing to go by because she'd never heard it. So I just started laying down tracks one day, and the song came together so quickly. It was so easy to do. It was one of the easiest songs I've ever recorded, and it is on the upcoming album or CD or whatever the case. And we hope you enjoy it. Give us your feedback. Go over to republicofavalonradio.com. You can send us email at republicofavalonradio@gmail.com. And let's get it going. Let's revive it. Let's dig it up. Let's make it happen again. Let's roar on. Here is InfoWar from the upcoming record, and we'll catch you next time.
Things I'd want, but I don't wanna go there, 'cause all them wrath might come right down upon me. I can't stay just sitting doing nothing, so I will say whatever coming to me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It is your info war. 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 Yeah. Things I want, but I don't wanna go there. And what's the use in double talking nothing? I will stand firm, yeah, 'cause I can't help but think about the children. Whoa, whoa, whoa. this your info war. In this your info war. Things I want, but I don't wanna go there. 'Cause all them wrath might come right down upon me. But I can't stay just sitting doing nothing. So I will say whatever coming to me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It is your info war. 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 Yeah.
You got to feed yourself. 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 You got to feed yourself.
A Root Cellar production.